nothing underneath. Who are my real friends? Have they all got the bends? Am I really sinking? They're slow. Baby's got the bends. Oh no. We're not having a real friend. No, no, no. Just lying about with the drip fit on, talking to my girlfriend, waiting for something to happen. I wish it was the 60s, I wish we could be happy. I wish that something would happen. Where do I go from here? The planet is a Gundam, and the sea of fear. And where are you? Brought in the CIA, the tanks and the whole Marines to blow me away, to blow me sky. And baby's got the bends. We're not having it real friends. Just lying about with the drip fit on, talking to my girlfriend, waiting for something to happen. I wish it was the 60s, I wish we could be happy. I wish that something would. Where do we go from here? The woods are coming out all weird. Where are you, man?
What is happening, everybody? How
What's
are
up,
y'all
guys?
doing? It is time, man. We had to delay this for a few weeks, just with illness and schedule and
Yeah.
everything. But it's finally here, man. It's Radiohead, their magnum opus, according to a lot of people. We have OK Computer rocking and rolling today for a listening party. Should be a great time, man. Talking one of the most acclaimed and important albums of all time, honestly.
Yeah, totally agree, man. I don't got a lot else to say about it, Trey. We kind of jump into
The quick
quick
facts.
facts.
What's up to Brian? How you doing, man?
What's up,
Evan,
Brian?
David.
Both start.
I put the link in Reddit and a couple other groups. So who knows? We might have some new people rolling through tonight. But it should be a fun one. I'll also be recording this, and it'll be up on Patreon in the next couple days here, just in case YouTube takes it down, which I would assume they will. But hey,
I would definitely assume they will.
the automatic for the people stayed up, so that kind of surprised me a little bit.
Shocks me.
So that's pretty tight, man, pretty tight. And a reminder, if you're coming in, we're also having British Invasion night after this, so that should be a fun one as well. So all that to say, man, I'm pushing record. It's gonna be time, man. Time to jump in to OK Computer. Radiohead's third record came out in June of '97, so just celebrated 25 years. Won the Grammy for Best Alternative Record, nominated for Album of the Year. As with most of Radiohead's work, it's self-produced, and also with the great Nigel Godrich as well. It reached number 1 in the UK and 21 here in the States, and has sold over 8 million copies worldwide. And coming off the Benz Dad, which we reviewed and both really enjoy, Radiohead started to take a left turn, just started to expand their sound a little bit.
Yeah, they do a little more abstract lyrics, which we'll definitely find on here. Densely layered sound, eclectic range of influences. laid the ground for their more experimental work later on, which I'm not a huge fan of, but we've already covered that in the album draft. Recorded at St. Catherine's Court, a historic mansion, which was unoccupied. Went into different rooms. Were able to do all kinds of weird things in there to give it that sound there. So...
And Tom York said he was quite inspired by "Bitches Brew" by Miles Davis as an inspiration for this album as well. Tom usually has pretty eclectic influences for his musical taste and whatever. He also identified "I'll Wear It Proudly" by Elvis Costello, "Fall on Me" by R.E.M., "Dressed" by P.J. Harvey, and "A Day in the Life" by the Beatles as influential on his songwriting in this period. Not a bad group of artists.
I was going to say, especially "A Day in the Life" and "Fall on Me."
So really enjoy that. What is the title taken from? Some people ask that.
I wondered that. 1978's Hitchhiker Guide to the Galaxy radio series, which a character speaks the phrase, "Okay, computer, I want full manual control now." Radiohead listened to the series on the bus during their 96 tour. York said the title refers to embracing the future. It refers to being terrified of the future, of our future, of everyone else's. It's to do with standing in a room where all these appliances are going off and all these machines and computers and so on. And the sounds it makes. Now, we'll get into this later, but they are so ahead of their time on this. They really foresee a ton of stuff that happens.
No, definitely, and I think that's one of the reasons this record is so great and has stood the test of time and still talked about to this day, is how it predicted a lot of our modern day type of life. Artwork a little I think it is a record where the artwork really blends well with the sound of the actual album. A computer-generated collage of images and text created by Stanley Donwood and Tom York. With that said, man, time to get into Airbag right here. The opener and was the final single to be released from this record. Inspired by a car crash involving Tom and his girlfriend, he said, "Has an airbag saved my life? Nah, but I tell you something. Every time you have a near accident, instead of sighing and carrying on, you should pull over, get down out of the car, run on the street screaming, 'I'm back, I'm alive.'" Tom doesn't give a lot of quotes about his tunes and stuff, but
and a good point. How you have all these near-death experiences. If you drive a lot and you don't think anything of it, you probably should be thankful.
So kicking it off, Airbag. Let's get it, man. A great opener, and really sets the stage thematically for
John says he just listened to this album or just heard this album tonight.
Oh, cool. Really sets the stage for this record in a great way. And as a reminder, y'all, polls will be up for each song. Thumbs up means you liked or loved it. Middle is like, it was okay, and thumbs down, you weren't feeling the song.
What's up, Creeper? Is that what you want me to call you? Maybe not.
And at the end, we'll also feel free to give your overall score for each track out of 10.
Yeah, Buster, I don't know when we had our first Airbag. What's up, JL? How you doing, man?
I am born again. What's up, JL? I love the drumming on this track in particular.
Oh, that's good, Massey. AKA Brian.
This song was actually first performed in 1995. So dates back even before this record. Kind of cool. I like the interstellar burst. There you go, Brian. And Johnny Greenwood's guitar work, though it was great on the bends, I think it takes a huge lead on this record.
Yeah, it does. Further on.
First poll of the night. Up. It's up. Ryan hitting that 9.5 on this.
There it is, Brian.
The interstellar burst. Let's go. And there's a lot of points on this record, just what we're hearing here, where there'll be some musical, passages that kind of go off on their own, kind of filter off. doesn't stay within the line, so to speak, and I enjoy that in my music.
I mean, if John Lennon, he had to,
Yeah, British Invasion should be a fun one for sure. Yeah, never really thought of it like that, Brian. But yeah, there are some hip hop, trip hop kind of elements to the latter half of this song, 100%. 75% of you given the upvote right here. A lot of points on this record too. Just let the atmosphere and music kind of build a bit sparser, you know. Not every second has to be going nuts with sound.
Right, exactly.
I'm not as high on this track as some people are, but I mean it's still a great opener. I got it at a 825 for me.
I go 775.
This next track though, oh boy,
Yeah.
oh boy. Queuing up, Paranoid Android now. The lead single has quite the trippy animated video as well, if you've ever seen that. Again, taking its name from Marvin the Paranoid Android, or Android from Hitchhiker Guide to the Galaxy. Kind of like Happiness is a Warm Gun, fused from multiple different songs. Took a year and a half to learn how to play live, according to the band as well. So this is where we start to get into some of the political bit commentary, objection to capitalism, which York isn't afraid to tackle.
No, he's not.
Yeah, I'm with you, Brian. The time signatures on this are so impressive, and I mean, this was in my top 10 Radiohead songs that I recently compiled, because it maybe not one of my top most 10 listened to Radiohead songs, but just the sheer technical brilliance and creativity of it, I think.
Yeah,
It's got to be on the top 10, man. Yeah, I know what the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I mean, I've heard of it, but I couldn't tell you anything about it. You know?
No, I couldn't either. Which I'd be more apt than you to be able to. But
Brian's with me on including this in the top 10. I'd probably be in that ballpark with you, Brian, at about a 9.25 on this track. This opening part is probably my least favorite part, actually, of the song. If I had to pick, you almost get a little Latin inspiration right here on the rhythm. I forgot to mention as well, one of the best backstories of the song. York's lyrics are based on an unpleasant experience at an LA bar, where he was surrounded by strangers who were high on cocaine.
observing all that, right? We're the only one not partaking, man. Gives you an interesting perspective.
I'm with you, Bostard. Yeah,
There's a lot of good Greenwood bass out there.
oh yeah, and Colin doesn't get talked about as much as Tom and Johnny Greenwood, of course, but he's great. Ed O'Brien, fantastic behind the kit as well. Love that screeching guitar by Johnny. This is my favorite portion of the song before we're about to get the droning harmonies in the background. God loves his children. Again, sections like this that kind of lead to the apocalyptic theme
exactly.
and soundscape that is through a lot of this album, I think.
Exactly.
Oh, I forgot to put the poll up, y'all. I had it ready. Get your vote in.
Rich's idea, huh? There you go.
A roller coaster of emotions, Paranoid Android is. This is also the longest song on the
Yeah, it
record
is.
as well.
Because it has so much going on. Although there's not a lot of quote short songs on this.
No, that's
Not
true.
that it's but there's a lot of 4 and upper 4-minute songs.
And also the people that got to see Radiohead live around this time period as well. Though they're still exceptional live. Don't get me wrong. One last rockin' guitar solo to take us home. Upload something. And now we're gonna switch gears to the Subterranean Homesick Alien. Of course, referencing Subterranean Homesick Blues by Mr. Bob Dylan as well.
This time, though, we're going to have an isolated narrator who fantasizes about being abducted by extraterrestrials, thus, homesick alien. Lyrics were inspired by Simon York's time at school to write a piece of Martian poetry.
The Martians popping up everywhere, man.
The breath of the morning, I keep forgetting the smell of the warm summer air. I live in a town where you can't smell a thing.
This is a song you don't hear brought up a ton when talking about OK Computer.
You don't.
But I think it's a nice, chill. I mean,
Yeah, I like it.
Coming off of Paranoid Android.
Yeah, I think it works. The sequence of it definitely works.
And I like the sound effects that kind of space out in the track, too.
Yeah, Brian said I love the space rock
Yeah.
weariness in the song. It's a good take.
Brian's with me.
Folks back home, of all these weird creatures who lock up their spirits, draw holes in themselves, and live for their secrets.
it's the least streamed track besides The Tourist and Fitter Happier, which...
I was noticing that. It surprised me. Especially because it's early.
Yeah.
Usually you
sure.
find later track that people listen to the first part of an album and then they stop.
Oh, upvotes on Paranoid Android. Let's see if Subterranean's gonna be so lucky.
The Mandrid, it's right up there, man.
What's up?
Trey and I both have it high. Many others don't have it as even the best Radiohead album. So
No, yeah, that's
I know that's a whole other discussion.
no, it's always fun to talk where that goes. Do you like this or In Rainbows more?
I think this is a little more consistent.
Okay.
I like some of the highs of In Rainbows more, except for, of course, there's 2 songs on this album that obviously are, for me, are absolute bangers, and they're back to back. But you know, there's 4 songs on In Rainbows that absolutely are bangers.
Yeah.
And I think the Benz is underrated as hell, too.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Kid A and Amnesiac for me, if you watch your album draft. I just don't, it doesn't work for me. But I mean, I get it. I get why people love it.
Ryan going to 8.75 on this. I go a solid 8.25, 8.5 for me on this.
I'm like an
track.
8 on this. I think it's a great atmospheric piece and it does work perfectly in the album sequence.
Uptight. I'd have this and In Rainbows. I mean, I haven't done an edit to my top 50 albums
I haven't either.
since we did it last January, so a year and a half plus. But
Yeah.
I feel both these would definitely be in my top 50.
We should probably do another one, just you and me, once we're done with the album.
that's what I was
Listen to
thinking.
all these freaking albums.
I'm with both starts. Sometimes it's hard to actually, especially when you're comparing genres and eras
Yeah,
and stuff.
it's hard.
You know, you're like, what am I putting it on? What am I putting it to? That is Subterranean Homesick Alien. Locking in at 4 minutes 27 seconds, just like this next track.
I know, kind of weird.
Exit music for a film, which has an interesting backstory as well. If you're familiar with the Romeo and Juliet film from the 90s, the director there gave Tom York the final 30 minutes of the film, and that inspired the track, man.
Yep. Filmmaker Baz Luhrmann, by the way, who just made Elvis this summer.
That's right.
Quite a bit ago, Baz was in the causing controversy, because that movie caused controversy.
And it lived up to its name, as this did play at the end credits of that track, but was not on the soundtrack album.
Weird. They didn't want it on the soundtrack album, though. But people who bought the soundtrack album were probably not happy.
Yeah, like, where are we at?
Yeah, I saw Owen J pass. Maybe Little Sean's first celebrity crush. I don't know.
We escape. We escape. Pack and get dressed.
This is and this is one that lives up to its name. I feel it's again quite ominous,
I think it's very ominous. I think it's great, the atmosphere.
even though the guitar melody isn't ominous per se. Maybe it's just because the sparseness of the song just feels empty. You know?
Tom's voice can get that way where you're like, yeah. I'd be like at an 8.5 on this.
I'm probably somewhere in there with
You guys know I'm a tough grader.
In there with you somewhere as well. Again, some of the droning popping up as it does all throughout this record.
Speaking of Boz, and you're giving him high praise, Brian. Were you in the opening Thursday night line for Elvis, or no? The next song, I don't know why, it just is one of my top 10 favorite songs of all time. Have I ranked my top 10 favorite songs? No, I have not. I have no idea, but there's not going to be 9 that, or 10, I guess, in that aspect. They're going to be better than this one. Waiting to buy the deluxe edition of the DVD, maybe. Ryan, see what kind of exclusive stuff comes that you can put up on your wall. Rob, that is what I've been all in on that. That is, I love that song.
Love the drop with the fuzziness here.
Yeah.
There's a great drop in electioneering as well, which is a little polarizing song. But
The Mandred and Rob, two guys after my own heart, like Let Down is seriously one of my top 10 favorite songs of all time. I thought I was kind of in the minority. I've kind of won over Tom Williams in that too, when you guys did the Radiohead ranking. But did I win you over in that too?
I mean, I was already a big fan of it.
So I won you over. Yeah, it really wasn't that bad, Brian, the movie. Jen and Mackenzie and I went and watched it.
Yeah, man, the build, I mean, we're a broken record here, but the build is fantastic. I mean, just on this song.
Oh, yeah.
So the quiet to loud dynamic.
Nathan, I just said that like 5 minutes ago. My first celebrity crush.
We hope that you choke. Not you guys in the audience, but
now we're about to get a couple absolute bangers back to back. Let's go. Not that this song wasn't good.
Let you choke. Let you choke.
Take it away, Sean. Take it away.
Recorded in a ballroom at 3 a.m. to create a sense of isolation for the band. York tried to remove as much emotion as possible in his vocal delivery, yet I feel so much emotion from it.
Oh, yeah.
Greenwood played his guitar in a different time signature to create a sense of disharmony. I guess that's why all of it works. Rarely performed on stage, makes it very difficult to reproduce, and now we got to shut up because it's about to hit. Give this a thumbs down. You're in the wrong place, man. Just saying. Hey, Mark, what's going on, man?
The melody of this is just so...
I think it's everything I read there. It's why it's so...
Yeah, and the dissonance from the music, which is a bit uplifting with the to the lyrical content from Tom here.
I don't give 10s. It's a 10 for me. I rarely give a 10 to anything, as you guys know.
I know, man.
I've maybe given 4 or 5 albums a 10 ever.
The full 10 experience, man. It'd be... I'm at a 9.75 for me on this song, man. This might be my favorite on the record, which it used to not be, but yeah, it's the more you listen to it, the more you vibe with it.
I used to listen to this song every single day for like a year after we reviewed this album. I don't know why, just every single day. I would listen to this thing on repeat. I don't know why. It just...
What's up, Joe? It's been a minute, dude. How you doing? Your Yankees crushing, man. Manfred's on our wavelength here to such a grower.
Yeah, man.
Rob says most critics call this the album of the 90s. Rob's going with the Bends and saying the album of the decade is Grace by Jeff Buckley, according to Rob here. I mean, all three of those absolute bangers.
Yeah, they are.
It's my favorite portion of the song right here.
Wow, Joe, I didn't know they were doing that bad. I just looked at their overall record. So I don't really follow baseball, but Laughing Stock, awfully good, man.
Oh yeah, love me some Talk. That Spirit of Eden, fantastic.
It's an experience, Mark. Talk is an experience, my man. Laughing Stock is an experience.
Love the layered vocals
Yeah,
right
dude.
here, dude. It just sends you to the next level.
I haven't heard the new stuff, Brian. I'm stuck in whatever year we're on. Right now would be 2005. Listen to about 30 albums per year. So I'm kind of stuck wherever we are.
Everybody giving the upvote to this except for one lone soul.
You know who we're going to send for them, Trey? You want me to make a dad joke here? You want me to say we're going to send the Karma Police for them?
Dude,
or no?
gotta send them.
I mean, they're about to be on deck, man. About to send them out.
Yeah, talk about a great 1-2 punch right here.
You're right, Nathan. Very much reminds me of early REM. Could hear this on Murmur.
I hadn't thought of that before, but you're not off there, Nathan.
Star does not like Let Down.
We have Karma Police. John says the Kate Bush intro. Second single went to 8 in the UK, 14 here in the States on the modern rock chart.
Which is the only chart that really mattered in the 90s in America, the Hot 100. So,
the band members were threatening to call the Karma Police if someone did something bad. York explained the song was about stress and having people look at you in a certain malicious way.
wow, Nathan, me and you we're on the same page tonight, brother. It's my favorite REM record, too.
Brian hitting us with a dad joke as well. Look what you started, John.
Once again, should be universal thumbs up. Both start with what the first one slide, but the second one, I don't know, man.
I'm with John here. This intro is great, but I'm gonna be broken record. The last section of this song is my favorite point where for a minute there I lost myself.
This is like a 9.75 for me. I mean, these two songs are like a 10
Oh,
and a
yeah.
9.75 back to back. All right, Bo Star, we'll let you stay. No, man, I like that you admitted it. Oh, Nathan, we could talk fans. You get a good idea when you run a YouTube channel and get a decent amount of views on some of your videos of what you think of fans of certain artists. I mean, everybody, it's not the artist's fault, but the man.
Mantra, Karma Police now my favorite radio song, but it made such an impact when I first heard it at 15. Probably heard it 4 hours on repeat on the iPod.
Shout out to the iPod Classic, baby.
Let's
We
go.
were all our minds were blown. Like, wow.
This is what you get.
A little Sexy Sadie action. I hear that slightly too in that piano by
Yeah.
the start.
I never noticed it.
350 million streams on this one.
Most stars said, went down, made him feel like he's in a mental hospital, no one giving him today's meds. That's probably not a bad take.
Here we go, John.
Yeah, I don't think What's Some Story Morning Glory could be in the running for the best album of the 90s, but it's a good one. I'd have to put Nas in there.
Yeah, Illmatic, I like that.
Yeah.
Whole different class. Here we go. Pearl Jam 10. Little Trey Chronic.
I mean, we did do our top 10, Trey and I, but we did on our album draft. It's not really your top 10 because one of us may have taken the other one.
Man. Let Down Karma Police. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Going from the most popular tune to the least popular. Back to back as well here in just a sec.
Yeah, if you want to call it a tune, right? I mean, it is, but
I'm happy the chat hitting all upvotes for this one. That's a good way to keep that memory alive, Ghost Star. I like in this last 15 seconds or so, it's almost like the planes landing.
yes.
And we're about to hit Fitter Happier, which is the shortest track, just about 2 minutes long, and uses the synthesized voice of Fred, who was included in late 90s Mac software.
Yep.
York wrote this in 10 minutes.
More productive.
Describe words as checklists of slogans
Not
for the
drinking
90s.
too much. Regular exercise at the gym. 3 days a week. Getting on better with your associate employee
And I mean,
contemporaries.
You're
At
not
ease.
gonna listen to
Eating
this,
well,
obviously,
no more
outside of
microwave dinners
the
and
context of the
saturated
record,
fats.
most
A
likely.
patient better
But
job.
no, I mean,
A
you
safer
know,
car.
you may have some
Baby
issues if
slide
you
in
do,
backseat.
if you're just spinning it on repeat.
No bad
I
news.
think this does
No
work well, though,
paranoia.
smack dab in the middle of the record,
Never watching
and reflects the themes of the album in a,
Well,
in a
I think
great way.
you need a breakup after those last
Yeah.
two songs are just, as Demandra had said, best single of all time, possibly. Let Down the A side, Karma Police on the B side. It's in the neighborhood, right? It's got to be. So what happens when you have two great songs is the next song, even if it's okay, it seems like it sucks compared to. So you just throw this in here and get yourself a little cleansing.
Yeah, I like that.
No longer afraid of the dark, only they shadow nothing, so ridiculously.
So I'd like you to memorize every word in here on your next stream, not tonight, but next Monday. I would like you to free-wrap this thing.
You know, it's just a bit creepy, you know?
It is. It seems way longer than 2 minutes.
Will not cry in public.
I mean, I gotta give it a thumbs up just because I think it's sequenced correctly.
For sure, and I think it was pretty forward thinking too in the lyrical content Tom did here, just with modern day life and technology
Yeah.
overtaking the world essentially. How that messes with your psyche.
So Trey, you picked OK Computer as the best album of the 90s.
I did.
I was just
There
looking.
we go. Okay.
I picked Nas, Illmatic, and then second for me was Automatic for the People. The OK Computer might have been in there for him, but I didn't have the choice. So I never had to think about it because I knew he was taking it. I had a feeling he was taking it.
Now we're hitting, as Mark said, Electioneering, which is one of the least popular tracks maybe on the record, but I'm with Mark. I really like this.
I like it too.
Bring the cowbell on, people.
Yeah. Compared to the earlier style on Pablo Honey, a lot, an album that we reviewed and Trey and I disagreed on somewhat.
Yeah, I have it at like a 6 out of 10. Pablo.
Yeah.
And you're riding the Pablo Honey flag. I respect it.
It's a lot better than people remember. A very underrated track on their little acoustic number. Thinking About You.
That's right. I do like that
From
song.
Tom just out there doing his thing. Got a review for reaction Evan David for Dogman Star going up this month at some point.
And again, talking sequencing, this brings the energy. Like coming
Yeah, you
out
gotta pop
fit or
something back.
happy. You know? That's interesting, Brian, because I'm with you. I think Man of War is a fantastic track that would have fit really well on this record.
And with a hell of a race as well.
Man of War.
Interesting, nobody in here mentioned your boys Nirvana as Never Mind. Yeah. I knew we had a smart musical group. I had Octone Baby as my third pick. Urban Hymns by the Verve making an appearance for me too.
Wow.
So,
This is on your workout playlist, Mark? There you go, man. It keeps that energy relentless, whereas some of these other songs, like Exit Music, even Karma Police, start off quieter and build up. This just comes out the gate, man. Comes out the gate on fire.
my workout playlist looks like it's 2003. It really does. I didn't lift in a weight room for 8 years. I lifted at home, listening to my joints, but I went back to the weight room in December, and I just pretty much picked up with, a little Numb Encore, Jay-Z and Linkin Park.
Hey, if it works, it works.
Let's
you
go.
know.
Could add a little Kanye in there.
Yeah, I was pleased to see that.
There's a lot of hard listens in the 90s, Commander, and I figured that out whenever we did the 90s album draft year by year, but I like a lot of that stuff. Some of it I'll say like I'd never listen to it again, but
Like Spiderland might
like
be up there.
Spider-Man, yeah, it might be up there, but interesting, like totally fascinating.
Nathan saying this song sort of reminds him of Supergrass. And Supergrass getting a lot of love in our channel, it seems, lately.
Let's see if we can hear it a little bit.
Down. 7 upvotes, 70% upvote, 30% of you are kind of in the middle.
I
kind
get
of
that.
in the middle
I
of the
can
track.
get that on this, man.
I still have this at an 8 for me. I'm a sucker for the cowbell.
I think I'm 7.75. I think the thing with this is, with this, I tell people, look, you're gonna have to make a commitment to this album, and you're gonna have to listen to it several times before you can really decide whether you like it or not. And if you don't like it the first time, it's hard to get people to. Why would I keep listening?
Yeah.
I get that, but I think it's a commitment, and then after you've listened to it for, let's say, 5 times, then you can make a decision. And don't ever listen to this album through just a speaker, through like a Bluetooth speaker.
No, that's
this
true.
Which some of you guys are probably doing right now, but you know the album most. Like, you have to listen to it through headphones so you miss all the nuances. It gets washed out in a car, wherever.
A great point.
This
for,
is one of
for
those
all of
albums.
Radiohead's
All
music, pretty
Radiohead. Like,
much.
Radiohead is one of the 5 bands I would say that about, like, absolute necessity.
This is one of my favorite tracks on the record too. I know I've said that on a lot of these songs, but again,
So you got everything hearted except for Fit or Happy.
except for Fit or Happier, yeah.
Which, if you would have hearted that, I'd been like, okay, this guy's really in.
Again, a very unique song, I think. It carries an air of ominous nature to it, just due to the fuzziness and
Oh, yeah.
distorted vocals of Tom here.
Yeah, Mark, that would be necessary. Yeah, Radiohead surround sound would be. Nora Dean, you're welcome. Thank you for joining.
Oh yeah, Nora D. Cheers. Cheers.
Yeah, man, it's a good song, dude. The next song's an absolute banger.
This record is the #1 album of all time on the Rate Your Music charts as well, and the most rated album on the site, which kind of
Is it
teams
really?
up because Rate Your Music started, I believe, in '99, so kind of makes sense since it was such
And
a.
it still looks like it's 1990.
It's like they finally got a little update to the site, but it's like, dude, it's 2022. Like, it, maybe give some feedback to it or something.
Maybe, I don't know. But of course, once you get so far down the rabbit hole, it's like I got everything built.
Yeah.
A little tough.
I'm at like I'm at an 8.75 on this song. I really dig this song.
I'm like at an 8.25.
About to go down again, ladies and gents.
I think songs like this get forgotten, just like Wet Down does when you look at the amount of streams because of the huge bangers. People skip.
Oh yeah.
You know, in the streaming world, they skip. So like the next song has 294 million views or listens.
Johnny Greenwood, the legend himself. The strings in the background, man. Radiohead just know how to mesh a variety of sounds together so beautifully. Get your vote in, folks. Get your vote in. The screams by Tom coming in here. Now we go to No Surprises. Only 3 songs left. No Surprises. Big hit off this record as well. First song recorded on the first day of sessions in a single take.
They probably thought they were in for it. Then, oh man, we're gonna bust this out.
York said the childlike guitar sound set the mood for the whole album, and that they were aiming for a mood similar to the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds on No Surprises. So
They strove to replicate the mood of Louis Armstrong's What a Wonderful World and the soul music of Marvin Gaye. So,
York said the subject of the song is someone who's trying hard to keep it together but can't. Famous music video of Tom in like a he's got like a fishbowl on his head and the water's filling up. It's not a fishbowl. The word's escaping me, but but you know what it is. You know what it is if you are familiar with the video. Climbing up the walls, getting a unanimous upvote besides one Lone Ranger. There you go, Evan David.
The man had skipped a Radiohead concert because he had an exam the next day. He ended up failing anyway. One of the biggest regrets.
Man.
But that happens to us, right? In a moment in our life where we think something is way important, but years later we're only going to remember the other thing. But it's hard when you're in that moment, man. You're trying to be responsible.
Ryan going 8.75 on this. I'm probably 8.5. In that ballpark.
I'm probably a 9 on this. Well, I'm not probably, I am.
It honestly surprises me. This has almost 300 million listens. But I guess since it was, a big single, big hit. On Spotify too, you never know. Was this in like some big playlist that they put out
exactly.
too? Little John, this is So You. Let's go. It really does kind of have that childlike melody in the background going for it. What's up, Tyranno? Been a minute, dude. Hope you're doing well. do we got? What do we got on the votes here, people? 100% up votes.
Wow.
No surprises there. Nordine, note one of your their faves on the record. How great this song with Tom's voice, all honest. I agree, man. Dude, you always agree, or you always believe what Tom's singing, you know.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, sounds good, Rob. I'm looking forward to it. British Invasion stream. After this.
Yeah,
man.
that'll be a
That'll
good one. That'd be a good one.
Quite catchy.
Well, I think
For
it
radio.
helps in his delivery, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's so different that it actually makes it more catchy. So it makes you pay attention. We'll start out straight after Trey. You wait in the hour between.
I'll probably wait just a little bit.
Maybe not an hour.
Maybe not a whole hour.
You can actually eat dinner and
Yeah.
like have a real life since we don't have volleyball training tonight. We can actually do this.
All right, man. 2 songs left, ladies and gents. We have Lucky Now, which, again, I think is a bit of an underrated tune on here. Backstory on this. In 1995, on the tour for the Bends, during sound checks in Japan, Ed O'Brien produced a high-pitched sound by strumming above the guitar nut. They developed that sound into the song, and the rest is history. Around this time as well, the great Brian Eno contacted them to contribute to the Help album, a charity compilation. And yeah, I guess they gave that song for
Yeah,
that.
Radiohead
so-
believed it's the strongest song they'd written at that time, so that's why it's on there. And people go, why did they do this one? But
Lyrics depict a man surviving an airplane crash, which kind of harkens back to Airbag, the opener, right? The
does.
transportation.
what is everyone's favorite album of 2022? Brian wants to know.
Kendrick's Mr. Morale is up there for me. Black Country New Road, Ants from Up There. Billy Woods, East Coast hip hop record would be up there for me as well. I'm a little behind on my 2022 listening. Still got to get to Black Midi, Beyonce.
All these years we're doing all this.
The Mandra's with me on Black Country. They recorded this in only 5 hours as well, so another quick one.
What a low, man.
And it was early on in the channel,
You know.
Again, that kind of apocalyptic, post-apocalyptic soundscape, I think, in the background here, which works for the end, towards the end of your record, right?
And for the overall, like, just soundscape of the album, it's real nice.
Yeah, Demandred, yeah, I still gotta listen to the Smiles record that came out this year. I know that's getting a lot of buzz. Talking Radiohead, of course.
I know people love that Beach House. I'm actually listening to their album in what, 06,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, Beach
I have it on
House
my list.
is still up there for me. Oh, I gotta get the poll up. I've been
Come on, Trey.
sleeping on the job, people. I've been sleeping on the job.
I listened to an album last time. Does anybody know who Devendra Banhart is? It's one of my 2005 albums. It's 22 songs.
Oh boy.
Some of them are in Spanish, like 5 of
Okay.
them. It's kind of like Sufjan Stevens if he was a little more varied.
Okay.
It's sitting pretty high on my list. Although 2005 is an absolute suckwalk year for music. A real outlier so far in the 2000s.
Yeah, that Pusha T record was pretty good, I thought as well, Brian.
They have not. Start
I like that name though, Kaiser Chiefs.
and Razorlight.
I mean, yeah, those are some good names. All right, I was late on the draw, but get your vote in for Lucky. As we finish this record off with The Tourist, hey man, slow down. Greenwood wrote it and said, quote, "It doesn't sound like Radiohead at all. It has become a song with space." Kind of something we've been talking about through a lot of this record. Lyrics written by York were inspired by his experience of watching American tourists in France frantically try to see as many attractions as possible. Tom said about this, "Written to me from me saying, 'Idiot, slow down,' because at that point I needed to. So that was the only resolution there could be, to slow down."
Yeah, Brian, that War on Drugs album's phenomenal.
Everybody was feeling lucky. Hitting the upvotes for Lucky. Get The Tourist up here, people, and then our last poll of the night will be overall score of the record. I'm kind of with Brian, probably an 8.825 for me. I think it wraps up the album quite well thematically, and musically is a little bit more low key.
Yeah, a good way to finish. Yeah, definitely.
I predict it right. I'd have to hear it. Evan David. Maybe I would know it.
Once again, Trey will be back in just a little bit right here on YouTube with British Invasion.
British Invasion. It should be a fun one. We're opening not just the first wave of British Invasion, but 80s stuff too.
Right.
Wanna bring some Duran Duran.
That's probably pretty familiar with the 66. Well, as I'll be holed up editing Drive-By Truckers.
The grind don't stop.
It does not stop. A 71-minute album, so the reaction's really long. Really good album.
Last call for your vote. Everybody digging this one too. The upvotes aplenty, man. And as I've said through so much of this record, just the production, man. Nigel Godrich has definitely got to be mentioned when you're talking Radiohead's brilliance. Because, man, just everything sequencing the song so beautifully, sounds so crisp. Impressed.
It's a timeless album.
It really is. That's another good point, Dad, because, I don't know, you could tell me this came out this year and I believe
Yeah,
you.
no, it's hard to get an album that way. Mark, no spoilers, man. You already know it's a good album or you wouldn't have brought it. I didn't give away anything. When I was editing Dog Man Star the other night, you kind of listen to it back, parts of it while you're editing it, and you're like, dang, this album is freaking awesome.
Little Dog Man Star. It's my favorite Suede record, so.
I thought you liked the debut better.
I actually like Dog Man Star
Okay.
more. Alright, man, overall score of the record. Let your voice be heard.
Actually, I gotta still listen to that one. Trey told me about it the other night. Actually, Bo-Star. Because I'll be honest with you guys, I avoid most of McCartney's stuff, solo stuff, after a certain period of time. Because most of it's just not. There's no way it's gonna make a best of list or even an honorable mention usually.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not.
that's funny, Bo Star, because I was like, yeah, this
I'm like,
it
really?
slapped, man. It slapped. It'll be in contention for 05 for sure. I didn't know he did the Man Who by Travis. Wow, Nigel was everywhere.
Oh, there you go, Bo Star.
Overall score of the record, a lot of y'all up here at the 9 and 10 range. That's where I am landing on this.
Me as well. Like I said, if you haven't heard it, or you haven't heard it a lot, you gotta really, it takes a little while. You gotta put the headphones on, and you gotta repeat listen this bad boy.
Evan David going 8-5. I like it. I like it. Listen out for the little bell chime at the very end, people. And that is the Taurus, and that is Radiohead. Okay, computer, coming at you, man. I appreciate everybody hanging
Definitely,
out.
man.
This will either be up on YouTube here by an act of God if it doesn't get taken down, but we'll also be putting it up on Patreon.
That's gonna be your better bet, because
So if you like to hang out and support the channel, check out our Patreon page, link below.
we much
Always
appreciate it.
Appreciate that. And man, always good talking with everybody about one of my favorite bands of all time, one of the great albums of all time, and we're filling in some of those gaps, and we'll probably have another listening party sooner rather than later. I think
We will.
I think after Friday it'll be time for.
Yeah, it will. But
so-
Trey's normal Thursday night is taken up right now, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. That'll be fun as well, man. So with that said, if you want to stick around for the British Invasion night, I'll probably shoot to get back on in around 30 minutes or so.
Yeah,
so
that's a good.
go get you something to eat or drink. That's what I'm going to be doing, and then we'll be back for a couple hours tonight.
And there'll be 4 choices for the next listening party on Patreon, guys. I'll just give you guys a quick update since you're here. The three that are in play right now is Kid A from Radiohead.
Okay.
Is This It by The Strokes, and A Rush of Blood to the Head
Ooh,
by Coldplay.
okay.
So this week's poll will be based on this week's list, and then we'll vote on that. So we will see.
All right, man. Well, if I don't see you for British Invasion night, I hope you have a great rest of your week, and